Hello, Chatsworth students and staff. Welcome to CFES News. My name is Caden. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Broadcast Cal here with the Pledge of Allegiance. Everyone stand up and say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Nice job, everyone. Now get out there and explore, discover, and create. Broadcast Cal out.
Today is Wednesday, February 23rd. It is B-Day of the Letter Day Cycle. Fun fact today. Do you know how fast the Earth is moving around the sun? No, not 24 hours, but the speed at which we travel. It may surprise you. Where we live in the northern hemisphere, it's about 800 miles per hour. That's how fast we rotate. We also learned that we rotate around our sun in a very nearly circular orbit. We travel around the sun at about 67,000 miles per hour. Crazy, right? Upcoming events. Band news. Follow Cycle 2 for Mr. Miller. Band rehearsals today, 5th grade at 10:55 and 4th grade at 11:25. We have a Spirit Day this Friday, Inside Out and Backwards Day. Let's see what the weather's like today. Dominic, how's it looking outside?
Hello everyone and welcome to the weather. Today we have rain showers in the morning with a high of 56 and a low of 43 tonight. Afternoon clouds are likely, but it should be a nice day. Back to you, Caden.
No birthdays today. Sports tonight include not much in sports, so here is a hot seat with Mr. Zampetta.
Welcome to the hot seat, and I'm your host Maya, and today we have Mr. Zampetta. Are you nervous?
I'm very nervous, Maya. Please be kind.
I'll try. Please tell us a little about yourself. What grade or subject do you teach, and how long have you been teaching, and why did you become a teacher?
Well, I am Mr. Zampetta, as you know. I've been working here at Chad's Ford, or in the district, for 14 years. I subbed for a little bit, so I lost track. I became a teacher because I was out in the world getting into adventures and trying to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I applied for a job to teach music at the prison, in the Pennsylvania prison system. And I got a rejection slip that said I didn't have the required experience. So then I went back to school and got my teaching certificate, and here we are.
Thank you. Now let's get started. I will be asking you 10 rapid-fire questions, and the only rule is that you must answer all the questions truthfully and honestly. Let's begin. What is something you enjoy that others might think is weird?
Okay, so I've been obsessed with this album. David Bowie is a singer, a famous rock star from the 70s and 80s and 90s and 2000s. And someone did a cover album of his stuff, and it's all in Portuguese. And I can't stop listening to it, and Mr. Miller hates it. He thinks it's really weird. And he's like, you're listening to this again? And he'll close my door. So I don't know if others think it's weird, but Mr. Miller thinks it's real weird.
Nice. What would you consider to be your spirit animal?
My spirit animal, I would think, is not an animal. It's a person, and his name is Bob Fosse. He's a famous choreographer. And if I had a spirit animal, it would be this man.
What scary movie did you watch growing up that haunts you?
Okay, it's on Disney right now if you have Disney+. It's called Mr. Boogedy. And it's this silly, hour-long movie. And this family, and the dad sells, gag gifts. And the family moves into this haunted house, and it's super haunted. And all the ghosts are there in the house. And there's, a ghost kid. And there's Mr. Boogedy. And Mr. Boogedy might have stolen the kid. I don't know. And then there's pilgrims. And you see flashbacks, and then there's this mummy dancing, and the piano starts playing itself, and there's green ghost feet on the wall. Watch Mr. Boogedy. That haunted me as a child when I was younger.
Okay. What are some of your nicknames, and which one is your favorite?
Ooh, nicknames. I don't have a lot of nicknames now. When I was a kid, my parents had 3 for me. It started with Bubba. I kind of missed that because I was too young. Then it became Bird briefly, and I don't know why it was Bird. And then it became Bozo. And Bozo is stuck to this day that my dad still calls me Bozo. Sometimes my friends just call me Zump. Zump, like the shortened version of my name. So I guess that's the closest one I have now.
Nice. What is your biggest irrational fear?
Irrational fear. I used to be very scared of clowns, especially the hobo clowns. You know, the ones that dress with like holes in their clothes and they have the frown instead of the smile and they look sad. There was one, I used to live in Westchester, and they would have these street fairs, and for some reason they would always put a hobo clown in front of the entrance to my apartment, and I would have to go all the way around the block and climb up the fire escape. I'm better now, but I haven't been close to a hobo clown in a while, so it could be a still real fear. Please don't dress up like a hobo clown, Maya.
I'll see.
I'll see! All right.
What would a dream vacation look like for you?
A dream vacation. All right, first off, I wouldn't know what would be happening. Someone would come to work and kidnap me. They would actually burst into the room, grab me, throw me into a van. Then we drive around for a while, and I'd end up at the airport. They would just put a ticket in my hand, and they'd push me onto a plane. Then I'd have to jump out of the plane. So I'd jump out of the plane. All I have is the parachute. I would land on some island or some mountains somewhere, and I would make this my new home. And I'd live there for, 4, 5, 7 years. I would make friends with inanimate objects. Like I'd have a rock friend and maybe like a favorite tree. And I would just live off the grid, and I would become one with nature. And then I would just one day resurface into society, and I would say, wow, that was a really great vacation. I feel so rested. I'm ready to be back to work. That would be my dream vacation.
Nice. What is one of your first memories?
Ooh, one of my first memories. My sister is younger. Her name's Bethany, and she's 4 years younger. And I remember her party for her christening. And I was tiny. I was a tiny Leo. I'm not very tall now, but I was much smaller. And we had all these tables out with food. And they were in like these serving, like these catering things. And they had the little sterno heaters. I don't know if you know what these are, but like you light them. They're like little cans, like tuna cans. And you light them and blue flame comes off of them. And I remember running around in the party and looking, I could see the blue flame underneath heating like the meatballs or whatever was in there. And I would have been 4, I guess. So I think that might be my first memory, is running around my crowded house, and I knew it was for my sister, and seeing those weird blue flames coming off of those weird tuna cans. That's my first memory.
Nice. What is the most bizarre thing you've ever witnessed someone else do?
Ooh, the weirdest thing someone else has done? I once saw a guy leave a party by just jumping through a window. It was already kind of broken, but he's like, all right, I'll see you later. And then he just jumped through the window. Like he just went out and rolled in the grass and then waved from outside and just went walking down the dark street. It was a really weird time in my life, to be fair. I didn't jump out the window.
What is the scariest or riskiest thing you've done?
Other than this interview, scariest thing I've ever done. I was super scared to fly the first time I flew. I didn't fly until I was in college. And I was super nervous about getting on the plane, like really nervous about it. I got to the airport like 6 hours early, and I didn't sit down and chill out. I just like paced the Philadelphia airport. That was pretty scary. I took a job here at Chadds Ford Elementary School. That's been scary for 14 years. Let's see. Oh, I teach kindergarten. It's terrifying. I love them, but I know they could turn on me at any time. They're in charge. Beware when you see the kindergartners, Maya.
What are 3 topics you could talk about for hours on end?
3 topics I could talk about. Well, I love music. I could talk about all sorts of music all the time. Not to Mr. Miller, he hates my choice in music. But I'm trying. I could talk about books. I read all the time. I don't read as much anymore because I'm in grad school and it's super busy. But I could talk about books forever and ever. And the 3rd topic would probably be the circus. I could talk about the circus. And I mean like the old-timey circus. With the lion tamer and the trapeze artists. And yeah, that. We could talk about circus, like Dumbo Circus. Yeah. Let's talk about the circus, Maya.
Nice. It has been a pleasure interviewing you on the hot seat. Who do you nominate to join us next time?
I nominate, and listen, this is a time-sensitive nomination because I hear she's on her way out. I nominate Mrs. Barnes. I think she would be fun to talk to, but you got to hurry up quick because she's not going to be with us forever.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Reminder to like and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. See you next time.
Okay, bye.
That wraps up today's news. From everyone here in the Media Lounge, thanks for watching CFES News. Have a great day.